What is it, guys? Welcome back. We're going to do a vehicle comparison guide between every single vehicle in Schedule 1. So I've gone and purchased every vehicle. You can see them all sprawled out here. And we're just going to run a series of tests on each vehicle just to determine what one is worth the money. So we're going to start, obviously, we'll start with at the bottom and we'll work our way to the top. So we're going to start with the entry vehicle. This is called the box, and it is 5,000. So we're just going to do an acceleration test. We can see the speed down the bottom right. I've unfortunately spent a lot of time in this vehicle, so I know that it's going to cap out at around 50 kilometers. I know the handling isn't too great, but the main things that you're going to do in Schedule 1 when you're doing deliveries and what you're actually going to be using the vehicle for is probably 3-point turns. So if you want to do a quick 3-point turn, I mean, let's say we want to do a U-turn, like a handbrake U-turn. It's not bad for doing a quick U-turn like that. It really isn't. But if you want to do a complete stop, let's say we want to stop in the middle of the road, we want to turn around like so, it's really not so great. Like, as we can both see, it's pretty painful turning this thing around. From going from stationary to moving again, it's just not a lot of fun. Brakes, they're not too bad. Handbrake's pretty good. Acceleration, obviously very slow, very painful. In comparison to the skateboard, I'd say the skateboard's probably even, feels like the golden skateboard is even faster than this car. There's not a lot of upside, and of course the boot space, oh wow. This is old product. So we've got 5 boot slots in the shite box. So not bad for 5,000. So if you're really on a budget and you desperately need a bit of space and just, I don't know. Personally, I would not recommend this car. It really isn't that hard to save up for the next price point. And yeah, let's move up onto the next vehicle. Next vehicle is going to be the Vaper, which is the white van. So let's start by having a look into the trunk. We can see we've got heaps of storage space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 storage slots in the back. And let's have a wee drive around. Top speed, we're already absolutely smashing the handling. Probably not the best, but if you're good on the sticks, it's not too bad either. Handles pretty responsively, I would say. Now let's do a 3-point turn. Obviously we're seeing a lot faster acceleration on the start and reversing. Let's see if we can get a top speed. 60, 70, all the way up to 80. Obviously no chance of doing a J-turn. That's full lock and a handbrake, so there's no J-turns in this vehicle. But the 3-point turns are pretty good. And for 4,000 more than the shite box, I think it's a no-brainer, really. I hate how they call that. Anyway. So yeah, this vehicle is probably what I use the most in the game. I'd say for 9,000, it is an absolute steal. The storage space is absolutely amazing. It's funny how even at the latest stage in the game, when you're using all 3 properties as one factory guide on my channel, by the way, we're doubling back and spending and using one of the cheaper vehicles the whole time. So there really is no comparison. I love the van. I'll use the van every time I play this game. It is fantastic. So let's move on to the next vehicle. Okay, so the next vehicle is going to be the Bruiser. I don't have a lot of experience with this vehicle. Again, we're back to 5 inventory slots in the boot. It's a pretty blocky thing. Let's do some tests. I'll be interested to see if we can quickly get some speed up here. Maybe even do a J-turn to turn us around. Yeah, so we're going to get a J-turn, which is pretty good considering. I'm not angry at the handling. You know, you're paying. I think this is 15,000, so you're paying 7. Well, so it actually wants to drift like that. So let's do a hard left. So the handling at high speeds is incredible. There's no doubt about it. That handling is fantastic. The turning circle is not bad, so let's do a 3-point turn. Ooh. 3-point turn is pretty slow. I'd say you probably just want to be doing J turns in this thing. But again, handling. Let's check a speed test. Should we do a quick brake test? We will once we get to top speed. So let's check the top speed. Looks like we're going to be capping out about probably 65. Yeah, so 65, 66, not as fast as the van. Braking, I guess that braking's fine. But yeah, I think the most notable thing there was handling at the top speed. So handles very well. If you're finding yourself fighting on the corners and you're always smashed into lampposts, maybe this could be a good option. But again, you're sacrificing a lot of boot space. And I'll let you know. Yeah, so that's $3,000 more than the van. So I don't know, for extra handling, lower top speed, maybe that could be the car for you. It definitely wouldn't be the car for me. Moving on to the Dinkler. So that was the Bruiser. Now we're moving to the Dinkler. So again, we'll start with the boot space. We've got 8 slots in the back, so a bit of an upgrade. Unfortunately, I used this truck a lot. I think this was the second vehicle that I purchased, thinking that because it had a bed, that it was going to be a lot of storage and a lot of room in the back, unfortunately. But yeah, I was wrong. If I had to do it again, I would not purchase this vehicle. This by far is probably my least favorite vehicle, second to the box. Handling's pretty good at top speeds. I think you can roll it. I'm pretty sure you can roll it if you do a hard turn. Okay, no, so you can't roll it. Right, so we're coming up to sundown, so this is a good opportunity to drive over to the bungalow. Let's see if we can do a J-turn up here. No J-turn and the Dinkler. Let's get a sleep on. So after a good sleep, let's see if we can get a top speed. I believe the top speed for this is around 65 again. I'll set up the test properly. And while we're here, I'll show you why this is my least favorite vehicle. We're going to do a 3-point turn. How slow this car is to take off from stationary is the most painful thing. Oh man, it is like watching paint dry. Okay. Top speed test. We're getting up to around probably 75, 73, 74 before we run out of room. Brakes, we just saw there. Not too bad, not too great. But yeah, in hindsight, I definitely wish I did not purchase this vehicle. It has been a very unfun experience. Though the boot space isn't so bad. Okay. Now, moving on to the Hound Dog. For an extra 10,000, you can get what looks like a Cadillac replica. It's not a bad looking car. I do kind of enjoy it. I think it looks pretty cool. And I've never owned this car nor driven it around, but we can see straight away it's very responsive and gluey to the road. I'm going to have to use the handbrake to get around here. Let's see if we can do a hard right hand turn here. Yeah, it'll turn the corner at 50 k's, no problem. Yeah, no, this is a great little car. What about for a J-turn? Yeah, pretty good on the J-turn. Picks up speed really fast. I think a 3-point turn. Let's just test it here. Look, not bad at all. And it can do it right into the lamppost. It can do J-turn at pretty low speeds. This is very mobile. You know, not a bad car. Let's see what top speed we're looking at. Maybe 80. We'll nearly hit those two cops. Probably looking at 80. 85. Not a bad little braking radius there. Good turning radius, good braking. For 25,000, actually not a bad car. I would say this definitely rivals the Cheetah. And boot space, 5 slots again. Alright, now let's look at the Cheetah for 40,000, the final vehicle of the game. Very expensive, and by far the best vehicle, I would say. Incredibly fast acceleration, handling is like none other. Turning is great. Ooh, braking is good. You really get around the map fast on this thing. If I was to do a second playthrough, which I think I'm going to, I would prioritize getting this vehicle as soon as possible. I think for an investment in efficiency, how fast you can move around the map compared to, look, we're getting 80 k's, 80 kilometers an hour. That's a pretty good car. Very fast, very responsive. It listens. It's good. And let's slow down, do a 3-point turn behind this cop. Yes, very quick on the 3-point turns. It's like it didn't even happen. And then we'll settle up for a top speed. So we'll go set that test up. Oh, we'll show a J-turn, shall we? Of course it J-turns like nobody's business. Top speed, I'm thinking probably, I think it's what, either 85 or 90. I think I'm going to get to 90. 90 with a J-turn. Like butter. So there you have it. That's all the vehicles tested in comparison. I'd say the final order of vehicles, I'll put them in order for you. Okay, so according to the game, this is the best vehicle here. This would be the second best vehicle here. This would be the third best. Fourth best. Fifth best. And then finally the worst. The order that I have put these vehicles in is I would rate this vehicle the best vehicle in the game. The Vaper coming in at a close second, where the game rates this by cost as the second worst. So that's 9,000. Well, maybe they're just trying to keep things realistic in regards to real life prices, but that's maybe not what the game thinks. But this is what I would consider the second best vehicle in the game. A close tie to the first. Definitely, if you're early on in your game save and you're at the bungalow or whatever, buy this Vaper as fast as you can. And then the third vehicle I would rate, obviously at a pricier option. This is the Hound Dog. I was thoroughly impressed with this vehicle, the way it handled and accelerated. I was pretty happy with it, obviously with a lower top speed than the Cheetah. J-turned pretty well from memory. Only 5 inventory slots and it sounded amazing. And then I would rate this vehicle 4th on the list. I was pretty surprised with the handling at top speed. You could probably get around the map pretty quick with this. Though it suffers at top speed, probably not a bad suburban delivery vehicle when you're constantly trying to make turns. Pretty good. And then finally, this would be my second to last vehicle. Unfortunately, I hope I never have to drive this vehicle again. You might be surprised to think that I would rate this second to last, considering the Dinkler is 10,000 more than this car. It's just the acceleration off takeoff and reverse and the 3-point turn would separate it from the best. And then finally, the worst vehicle I would consider to be the Bruiser. I just think there is no point for this car. Though, yes, it's good they've included a ute, and it definitely has trunk space, but, you know, it's more expensive than the van. There is no point. Acceleration, reverse, top speed, all very slow compared to the van. Only thing it's got going for it is style points, so unfortunately this was the vehicle that I bought and was stuck with for most of the game, so I have a special hatred for this truck. So anyway, that's the vehicle. That is the order of vehicles that I put it in. So what vehicle should you buy when faced with a decision? Oh, I'm sorry, this is probably frustrating some of you. What vehicle should you buy when faced with a decision? The Vaper, hands down, most economical, it's just a great van. Heaps of space in the boot for delivering things around or just storage in general. And then if you can afford it, go for the Cheetah. You ain't going to get around the map faster. This is really, if you want to, you know, load up 10 deliveries for the morning or 10 deals for the morning, you're going to be able to do it in this car. Everything else comes kind of secondary. Avoid them if you can. There's not really any use for them. These are the two that you're going to want. You might even, if you can afford it, get a couple vans, you know, put them around the map. They're not a bad little storage, and you know, get around primarily with this thing. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed making this video. This is pretty fun. So yeah, whoa, we'll finish on that. So yeah, we'll finish on that. I was just gonna grab this guy's insurance off him, and yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe. As always, links in the description. If you want to support me and continue to see this channel grow. Might even make a Discord, but yeah, that's all the vehicles for you. Hope I provided some value. Go for the van. Absolutely. Every day of the week. Van every day. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye. Yeah, I forgot to mention I actually own 2 vans. I've owned the second one for a while. It's a pretty good storage chest, and yeah, it's not bad. So yeah, definitely. Come on. Van.